madness, midnight madness, yeah.
Midnight madness, you're gonna get it. The midnight madness, you're gonna get it. The midnight madness, you're gonna get it. The midnight madness, you're gonna get it.
And now the Midnight Madness Show. Here's your host, the DJ Doctor.
What the weather is, except for looking out the window. But I am here with my companions and partners in crime, as always, wearing a nice Ali Colleen hat.
Yes.
The one and only, the hillbilly heartthrob.
That's me.
So I'm just going to emphasize the B on that. Heartthrob. I think it sounds good. That's the new you. It's your logo.
It's a B?
The hard B at the end.
A hard B.
Hard B. Throb. I think it's going to be catchy. That'll be one of your new albums, your new songs. So, Jason, how you doing?
I am absolutely wonderful. As always.
As always.
Delighted to be here.
We're so excited to have you here. Next to you is the one and the only, the velvet one, Miss Rebecca. How you doing, Rebecca?
I'm very good today. And guess what today is?
Today is National Inside Out Day.
I always love your guesses. No, it's
always
national,
spontaneous.
Right. It's National Pink Day. So
Oh, and you have pink eye things.
eyeshadow.
Eyeshadow. Yes, eye things. That makes great radio. She got pink eye things.
And
Sponsored by Revlon. Yeah.
no, but and it's also National Hydration Day. Are you staying hydrated?
I am hydrated to the max. I have sponsored by Great Value because, they're nothing but just high quality. Hey, and why did they have expiration dates on bottled water? If it goes bad, what to do? Turn the tap? I've always wondered that. I don't get it. But anyways, and we have Colorado Steve is in the house with us tonight. And we want to say hey to Chris out there at heatfmradio.com. We want to say hey at Lisa T down there at alabamajams.com.
She's already watching.
Lisa, howdy, howdy, howdy. We're going to be in your neck of the woods soon. So we got a guest here.
We do.
We need to introduce him so we can see his face. He is ready for COVID.
Yes.
There he is.
I want to make sure I'm in compliance.
He is COVID ready, COVID compliant.
I don't want to cause any trouble for anybody.
They said to wear his mask, and you did.
I did.
Yes.
I did,
And eye protection.
It fits really well.
That's nice. I like that.
I'm going to take it off, though, because we're among friends, right?
Yes. All the germs in here has already been spread. It's ironic, all the people we've met during the whole time, and some of us aren't sick. Some of us have been sick our whole lives. Is that right, Jason?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Hey, tell people real quick what's coming up this weekend. You got a busy weekend real fast. Let's get that out
I
of the
do.
way.
I have a very, very busy weekend.
You're going to Knitting 101 at the Senior Citizen Home Thursday.
Yes, I am. Yeah. No. Okay. Thursday night, I'm going to go finish the song that we started writing at my house with Melissa Alessi.
God help your soul.
You're right. I can't wait to get this one finished.
You've hurt that poor girl. She'll never again be the same. I'm sorry, Melissa.
You might be right.
Yeah.
And then Friday. Wait.
When is this going to happen so I could send her flowers?
We finished Thursday. We finished writing Thursday.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll send her
black roses.
Friday, I get to perform at Aces at the Grinder House.
Always a good time, good place.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. I'll see if I can get kicked out again.
Wear your MAGA hat.
That's right. And then Saturday, I will be performing at the Smokehouse, Jim Oliver's Smokehouse.
Yep.
With Craig Hendricks and Russ Lacoste.
And the bunghole sauce and sweet pickles.
Exactly. And then Sunday, we're right back here doing a vinyl show all about colors.
Colors. And you would think when we picked that theme, colors, how many songs could it be about colors? All of them. It seems like there's a ton. Now, this is with the word that has a color in the title.
Yes.
So there's absolute tons. So I can't wait. That'll be fun. Good weekend.
It should be. It should be a lot of fun.
Well, why don't you introduce our guest? Get him going. He has a very cool name.
Yes, he does.
He's just one letter off from being
The president.
the president of the United States.
Former president. Mr.
What is well, always a president, but yeah.
Yeah, correct. Mr. John J. Kennedy.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
You got a live crowd tonight. The crowd's going good. There's at least 200-300 people here in this room
I've
tonight.
actually, it's a very little known fact, but I actually have a junior high school named for me in my hometown. But they got the middle initial wrong. But I was very honored, that they would name it after me.
That is nice.
Very, very huge honor.
I have a newspaper courtesy of our Colorado kid over here that's got your name on it too.
Very nice.
You probably don't want to make that headline though.
Yeah, well, most people don't know how famous I am.
Well, why don't you show them how famous you are, John? Why don't you go ahead and kick off a tune?
All right. I'm going to start with a song that's on my album, There and Back. It's a song I wrote with Antoinette Olson. It's called Bacon and Eggs. It goes like this. Woke up for school every morning to the sound of the steel mills each day. Remember asking my old man, why can't they make it go away? He said, careful what you wish for, son, it might come true someday. The very thing you complain about is putting food on your plate. Son, that's the smell of bacon and eggs, buttermilk biscuits and T-bone steaks. It's how we got all we got today. Son, that's the smell of bacon and eggs. Restless feet with my dreams calling. Just out of high school, thought I knew it all. Saved up for a rusty old truck, set out in search of bluer skies. Careful what you wish for, son, it might come true someday. Heard those words rolling through my head, reminding me as I drove away. Son, that's the smell of bacon and eggs, buttermilk biscuits and T-bone steaks. It's how we got all we got today. Son, that's the smell of bacon and eggs. Dad died and the mills closed down. His soul lies deep in that old steel town. Feel his pride when the church choir sings. To hear those words again, I'd give anything. Son, that's the smell of bacon and eggs, buttermilk biscuits and T-bone steaks. It's how we got all we got today. Son, that's the smell of bacon and eggs. I miss the smell of bacon and eggs, the sound of marching bands and football games, all those memories of yesterday. Oh, how I miss that place, heart and soul of the USA. My father's life there paved the way. I miss the smell of bacon and eggs. Thank you.
John J. Kennedy in the house. And did anybody just get hungry?
Yeah, I'm ready for some bacon and
I
eggs.
hear it. I'm on this huge weight loss thing, and all of a sudden you guys are talking about food around me. They brought honey buns to work today,
Oh, and I missed them.
and I stood there and shivered. I was like, oh, my God, I want honey bun. So, well, John, how you doing?
Well, I'm doing good. It's the first time here in the
Yeah.
big metropolis of Manchester, Tennessee. So
I hope
very
you found your
excited
way
to be here.
easily. All the one-way turns here, could get you really screwed up. Such a wrong turn, you'd be in Chicago. Literally, you hit 24, runs you all the way up through to 65, you'll go right into Chicago. Matter of fact, 41, to get from Chicago to, I think, Miami, you had to go right here. Had to go right through there, long before I-24 was here. Historical I-41. Who sung about it? The Allman Brothers sang about it. A lot of big songs about it. Right there it is, I-41. We're right on it. You just said it. You haven't been on this show before, but you've been with Jason before at the Smokehouse.
Yep.
That's been a little while back, hasn't it?
Quite a while, yeah. Several months.
Yeah, last year sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Yeah. We're glad to finally get you on the show itself. Let's get to find out a little bit about you. Where was home? Where were you born and raised at?
My father was in the Air Force, so when I was
Everywhere's home.
when I was young, we moved around a lot. I grew up most of the time. I was in grade school in Steubenville, Ohio.
Oh, wow.
It's a little steel town
Yeah.
right on the Ohio River. We moved when I was in high school to Newark, Ohio, which is about 25 miles east of Columbus. And I went to college in Athens, Ohio at Ohio University. I spent several years in Los Angeles after I got out of college. I was doing music out there. And,
Okay.
I moved around a bunch. I lived in Mobile, Alabama, and back to L.A., and I've been in Nashville since 2006.
Okay.
So
Now, your music career, which part of Ohio did that take place at? Where did it start off at for you?
Well, I started taking guitar lessons in Steubenville in
Okay.
first grade when I was 7 years old, and I started taking lessons at the local music store, and I was doing the Mel Bay method and learning to play stuff like, She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain and No Susanna and all that. When I really wanted to play stuff that I heard on the radio and stuff, so I kind of got frustrated with guitar after a couple years and kind of gave it up, and then picked it up again. Really, when I got in high school, and after a few years of learning to play again, I started writing songs when I was in college, and I've been in music, involved with music my whole life. I played trumpet when I was in high school and college, and I've always played guitar, so it's just been what my life's been about,
Now, when you early days of music, before the songwriting, were you in bands at all? Did you try to do the band thing like we all did back in the old days? Did you do
Sure.
the band or the?
Yeah, when I was in high school, we tried to put together some bands and stuff, and the bands never really went anywhere. I was in some marching bands that were pretty good.
There you go.
Our high school marching band won the highest score in the state at state finals my senior year. I played trumpet in the marching band.
Oh, wow.
And then I played trumpet in the Ohio University marching band, the Marching 110.
Oh, wow.
And we got to travel all over. We played NFL games and lots of festivals and parades. And
people don't understand how hard that is being a marching band and the hours you rehearse and practice. I know in Indiana to be in a marching band, they actually there's requirements which you can and cannot do for sports. Playing marching band, there was like no law. I mean, they were rehearsing and practicing more than any of the sports, the football teams or any of them.
Oh yeah, it was pretty brutal.
Yeah,
But I wouldn't trade for anything. It was a great experience. Ohio University Bobcats, Athens, Ohio.
Wow.
Yeah, we had some good times there.
Well, that's good.
I've never been to Athens.
Wow. I heard the fishing's there. Yeah.
When I was there, Athens' big claim to fame was that every Halloween they had people would come from all over, and they called it the Mardi Gras of the Midwest. And they would have thousands of people that would take over the main street in town, and costumes is where all the bars were, and it was just a huge party, and it was a good time.
How big is Steubenville?
Steubenville, at the time we lived there, before all the mills closed down, it was probably about 35,000.
Oh, still not a big town. That's
No.
about where I came from. Is about that same size.
Yeah, now it's about half that, I think.
Is it really?
The mills closed down in the starting in the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
And the town kind of shrunk after the mills after the jobs went away.
Still bigger than Camden.
Yeah.
Even a half that.
Yeah. Jason grew up with a town of about 7 people in there.
We had 63 in my graduating class.
Yeah.
It was the biggest class, too.
We had 63 in the bathroom at my high school. But, John, why don't you go ahead and play us another song real quick?
right.
You got a beautiful guitar there.
Thank you.
Little Jimmy Dickens, and I think Don Gibson played that guitar.
Yeah, so did Elvis.
And Elvis, yeah.
A lot of people. Everly Brothers. All right, this is kind of a new one. We were on lockdown for a while, like everybody else, for a while. So this is one of the ones I wrote when I was.
But you were
lockdown.
protected because you had your mask on.
I did. I had my mask, and
you were safe.
And we were safe, All right, this is called "You Do You." Hold on a second. Let me tune that up a little bit.
That was a pretty quick song, John. You ought to add a couple of more lines to it.
All right. Boss wrote songs about a working man, but he never punched the clock. Some people write about going to war when they never fired a shot. Other people write about being in love when they never felt the fire. I just write about what I know. I don't call no one a liar. So you do you, and I'll do me. And if we stand on different sides, we can agree to disagree. I'll still call you brother. I'll still call you friend. I'll help you change your tire when it goes flat again. Started working when I was 8, ran a paper route on our block. Went to college on student loans and I finally paid them off. Hold the door for those behind me, try to lend a helping hand. Thankful for the ones before who got me where I am. So you do you, and I'll do me. And if we stand on different sides, we can agree to disagree. I'll still call you brother. I'll still call you friend. I'll help you change your tire when it goes flat again. We're all free to live the way we want to. You don't have to live just like me, and I don't have to live like you do. That's what it means to be free. So you do you, and I'll do me. And if we stand on different sides, we can agree to disagree. I'll still call you brother. I'll still call you friend. I'll help you change your tire when it goes flat again. Wow, thank you.
So, John, you grew up with an interesting name. I bet you got teased a lot, or every President's Day, they probably harassed you. You and I, we share odd names. And it's not that you have an odd name, but a unique name.
At least you're not odd like he is.
Yeah.
Well,
my last name is actually the word
nice.
Irish, so I get all the St. Patty's Day stuff. I get all the, are you really Irish? Hey, German. Hey, Russian. I get all that stuff. You two being with the name Kennedy, especially first name being John.
Right.
Were you born before John F. Kennedy was assassinated?
No.
No, you're after. So
I was born. I don't want to give away my age, but it's no secret.
But it was after 63.
It was after 63. But there's some interesting parallels there. JFK's father's name was Joseph. Mm-hmm. My father's name is Joseph.
Oh wow.
JFK's mother's name was Rose. My grandmother on my mom's side's name was Rose. And when my dad got out of the Air Force in 68, I think, we lived right outside Massachusetts.
Oh.
And for a little while.
Wow.
So there's some, and my sister still lives in Boston. My sister
Really?
Has been living in Boston for like 30 years.
So you still have that Boston connection then?
Yeah, I mean, I don't get up there a whole lot because it's kind of far away. But
That's pretty cool.
it's a fun place to visit.
You said earlier that because you're a military guy's child, you travel around a lot. But when you went to L.A., the music scene out there, kind of describe the difference between L.A. music and Nashville. What was the biggest thing you had to adjust coming from the big city to, even though it's a big city here, it's different. It's a whole different animal. Every city is different, but what was the biggest difference that you had to get used to?
Well, I'll tell you. When I moved to L.A., when I got out of college, I went out there, and all I knew is that that's where I wanted to be.
Okay.
I moved there by myself. I drove my van out there with 2 guitars and a duffel bag full of clothes. And
Roughly about what year?
This is 88, 89, something like that. I didn't have a place to live. I didn't know anybody, and I didn't have a job. So I lived in the van.
True musician. Okay.
Yeah, and it was actually kind of cool because the van had a pull-out bed in the back, and I would park it down on the Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu, and it was beachfront property. I just had to make sure I woke up before the cops got there in the morning. But it was kind of fun. But no, when I went out there, I was doing acoustic guitar and some harmonica, and at that time my influences were like Neil Young and Bob Dylan and a lot of the singer-songwriter things.
Right.
But at that time, the hot thing in LA was Guns N' Roses and Motley Crue, and I definitely didn't fit into that. So I was playing what I considered to be rock or folk rock or whatever, and people kept saying that sounds like country. I was like, well, okay. I mean, that's all right. So I played a lot of the open mics, and then some of the acoustic clubs, and just wherever I could. Found some coffee houses down in Santa Monica and Venice, and I got involved with a songwriter group that was on the West Coast. I don't think they're around anymore, but they were called National Academy of Songwriters. They have a group here in Nashville. It's very similar, called NSAI. But they had pitch to publisher sessions and workshops, and I guess it was about the mid '90s when I really started, trying to write commercial and write songs that I could pitch to Nashville artists. And I had a little bit of success with that. I was pitching songs to publishers and got some interest, and people kept telling me, you need to move to Nashville,
Yeah.
And I eventually did, but at that time, I really liked being in LA. So I hung out in LA as long as I could, and I finally left LA the first time at the end of '99. And then I ended up moving back there in 2003, and then I moved to Nashville in 2006. So,
Yeah.
But the whole culture is totally different. And Nashville, there's more of a community. Songwriters get together and they hang out and they co-write and they share songs. And LA is kind of cutthroat. Everybody's trying to undermine everybody else. And if you're playing a gig somewhere, the guy that 5 minutes ago was acting like your best friend, well, when you get on there on stage, he's running you down and saying, "Oh, that guy sucks, man," because he's going to be up next, and he wants to do his thing. So I like Nashville a whole lot better for the music. It's a much more friendly environment.
And I want people not to get the wrong impression. Nashville it's a cool place. It's a tough place, like any music scene anywhere, whether it be Chicago, New York, New Orleans. Music is tough to get into. But I think we have the bad rap of we're just country here, and we're not just country here. We're a lot of Americana,
Right.
A lot of rock. There's some really good rock bands that are from out of here.
Sure.
Bluegrass is huge.
Yeah.
But, there's opera singers, a huge market there in Nashville. So if you're just music in general, if you just love music or you have a unique style, this is the place to come, man. We're a melting pot for all kinds of different music styles and genres.
Absolutely.
I hate to say genres anymore because there's no such thing as a genre.
Right.
They've changed them. They added like 14 different titles of genre to Americana. Last I knew, rhythm and blues was like the Commodores and soul music like that. Now it's hip hop. That's
Right.
not the same to me.
No.
So
I'm with
the
you.
genre names have changed, but we've got it all here in Nashville.
Sure.
Still better than hick hop.
Hip hop.
Hick hop.
Is that really the thing?
That's your country now.
Hick hop.
Yeah.
I never heard that. You just shocked the DJ Doctor live on the air. People all over the world's going, obviously, hick hop. What do you think, Mark? I just been enlightened. This is an
Just
educational
put your
show.
rap in country, and there you go.
Yeah, I know. That's crap. But anyways, John, we got a lot of people popping on here. Why don't we go ahead and do another song real quick?
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about it. And
All right. Well, we were talking about when I moved to L.A.
Mm-hmm.
And I got out of college and I knew I wanted to go to L.A., but I had to find a job, make some money before I did it. So I was working in a plastic factory and in Ohio, and it was a rough job. Didn't pay a whole lot, but I was just squirreling away all the money that I could and thinking about when I finally got to the West Coast. And so I wrote this song, and the thing is, you had to wear your steel-toed boots to work every day, and I did that. And then I thought when I finally left Ohio and I went out to California, I was never going to have to wear steel-toed boots again. So that's kind of the basis for this song. It's called Work Boots. Working in that factory long enough to know it wasn't where I want to stay. Saved every paycheck, California dreaming, till I made my getaway. And I left my work boots sitting by the back door. Thought I wouldn't need them anymore. It'll be suntans and flip-flops, Ray-Bans and tank tops, living on the California shore. Well, those California cuties, they look so fine. It felt just like paradise. Forgot all about home, the place where I came from. Cold gray winters, snow and ice. And I left my work boots sitting by the back door. Thought I wouldn't need them anymore. It'll be suntans and flip-flops, Ray-Bans and tank tops, working on the California shore. Things were going well till the do-re-mi ran out. I had to find a J-O-B, but working ain't so bad, so I called home to Mom and Dad. So could you do one favor for me, please? And I said, I left my work boots sitting by the back door. Could you please send them to me in the morning? I know it might sound funny, but I got to make some money working on the California shore. And I left my work boots sitting by the back door. Thought I wouldn't need them anymore. It'll be suntans and flip-flops, Ray-Bans and tank tops, living on the California shore. Working on the California shore. Thank you.
So, what is your goal in mind music-wise right now? What are you looking to do, or what do you need to accomplish still in your life?
Well, I put out an album in 2017, and I'm looking to do another album.
Okay.
I've been writing some new songs and stuff. So, at this point, I'm trying to write some more songs. Trying to save up some money, so I got some money to do the album. I'm an independent artist. I was with a record label briefly back in 2017. But right now, I'm just trying to get some more songs so I can put out the next album.
So now, for people to help out that might say, "Hey, I want to help donate to the cause and help get the next album out there," do you have a PayPal, any kind of Cash App? Do you have any kind of way people can get finances to you?
Well, I'm not doing like a crowdsource or a crowdfund or anything like that. The first album is called There and Back, and it's available. You can buy that on my website, which is johnjkennedymusic.com. It's also available for downloads on Apple Music, Amazon, all the digital platforms, Spotify, and all that. And you got to look for it under John J. Kennedy, and the name of the album is There and Back. And there's also I also have merch that's for sale and all that, and all the information for that is on the website.
Okay.
You can hear some of the music on my Reverb Nation page, which is Reverb Nation /John J. Kennedy. I'm on all the social media sites, Facebook and Twitter and I think Instagram, although I don't get on Instagram all that much.
Yeah, we need to up our Instagram game here for us too.
I don't really understand Instagram.
I got a couple of people that are artist friends of ours that are like in the tens of thousands following, and we need to be there, but we need some help. So one of these days,
As much as I keep getting banned on Facebook, I'm going back to MySpace.
yeah.
Is MySpace still around? I don't know if it's still around.
See, John's doing it right. He's got an American flag on his guitar.
Right.
You have to talk crazy. Not that I disagree with what you say.
Try to burn that one.
Yeah, I hear you.
I dare you.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I'm glad to see that you're standing up for America there. So that's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, your dad was in the Air Force?
He was in the Air Force.
Now, did you go overseas? Were you stationed overseas at all? Or all mainland?
He was stationed always in the United States, but he
Okay.
flew missions over to Vietnam and Japan, and at the time he was on a B-52 crew.
Oh,
and,
wow.
They had a thing back then called Strategic Air Command.
Yes, SAC.
And, yeah, SAC, and it was during the height of the Cold War.
Yep.
So when he got called on to alert for that, they would fly. They'd be in the air for like 72 hours, and they would refuel them in the air. But they would fly up, around Alaska and around right into the perimeter of the Russian airspace.
Yeah.
He had some stories about that, and then they would fly missions over to Vietnam, and they'd be flying around with nuclear weapons, ready to go at any time. And it was a crazy time.
Now, is your dad still with us? Or
Yeah.
Well, if he's watching or you get a chance, tell him thank you for his service.
Absolutely, yes.
Absolutely.
Please.
I'm sure he's watching.
That's really cool. My brother was in the Vietnam era. He was a P3 sub hunter. So they were looking for Russian submarines. He never made it over to Vietnam, but he was all through Greenland and Iceland. He was on the other side of the continent from where your dad was at, probably the same time frame, and then all down through Cuba and all around there looking for Russian submarines and finding them.
Yeah.
So he has some pretty wild, interesting stories too. But thank you for all the men and women out there for your service, any genre, and it doesn't matter. The military, also with the police and fire department.
Absolutely,
you guys
yes.
risk your lives for us every day. When I found out what EMTs get paid, I'm embarrassed for them.
Yeah.
They can save your life in a car accident, and you don't pay them hardly squat. We need a raise for our EMT people out there. So
I would not disagree whatsoever. And instead of cutting funding for the police, we need to give them raises.
we need to take care of the people who take care of us.
Exactly.
That's right. Absolutely.
Take care of the people that take care of us. So all this crap going on, guys. Remember who you are and where you're at, and put another flag on and wear your MAGA hats. I'm not trying to say you need to run for one party or another. Run for our country. Take care of our country.
Exactly.
If we all did that, no matter what party we belong to, we'd be a much better country. So, anyways, vote America.
I want to throw something out real quick.
Ooh, as long as it's out, not up.
Right. Talking about our show here, the Midnight Madness Show.
That's this one that we're on.
Yes.
Yeah.
We turn 8 years old this week. Friday.
Happy birthday,
Yeah, we
Rebecca
turn-
and Midnight Madness Show.
Correct. We turn 8 years old. This is our
She
longest
turns
running
82.
show, and normally she turns 82.
8.
Oh,
She is right next to you. She is going to slap you.
anyhow, normally I am booked out a month and a half for the show. Because of COVID, I'm not.
Right.
I do have July starting to fill up, but our first week in July right now is empty.
Okay.
Any artist out there that are listening that's interested in doing the show, please reach out to me. I think we've got a couple dates left in July, and I've got one date in August filled. So
Okay.
most of August is open. So give me a shout. We can throw you in the books.
Speaking of the whole COVID thing, how do you handle that yourself? Did you spend a lot of time writing? Did you and the missus, cut down trees and mow the lawn? Or what would you do to stay busy?
Well, I'll tell you. I work in a factory in Nashville, and we kind of thought it might be coming, but we were all hoping it wouldn't. And then over the weekend is back in March, and we got a message from the bosses saying we're shut down. So it came on sudden, but at the time we had some friends that were staying with us from Australia, and they're songwriters and they're performers, and they had come over here to do a tour, and they had planned this for years.
Oh man!
And they were supposed to be here for 3 months, recording a new album and doing the tour. So we were having fun hanging out with them. They go by Grazie's Country. It's Grazie and Amy Brennan. If they're watching, I don't know. It's probably the middle of the night over there, or early in the morning.
But we're archived so they can watch it first thing tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. But they're fantastic. So if you want to look up Grazie's Country, they're down under in Australia. But
Okay.
they were staying at our house, and then 2 days after they got to our house, the tornado hit, and we live in Mount Juliet, and a mile from us was where the tornado went through. It spared our house, but some of our friends got hit, and it destroyed 2 schools in Mount Juliet and a bunch of houses. Several people got killed. So it was pretty rough. And then right after that, the COVID thing hit, and unfortunately for our friends, most of their gigs were all canceled. They were able to get their album recorded, but they do a lot of things for veterans causes. And they had a song that they recorded called "They Are Returned Veterans." It was for Vietnam veterans, and all the proceeds are going to help American and Australian Vietnam veterans. Yeah, so
Great.
they didn't get to do their tour, but they did get to record the album, and they got to record with some incredible musicians. So they hung out with us for about a month or so, and then they ended up going back to Australia. But when they got back there, they ended up having a quarantine in a hotel and couldn't leave the room for 2 weeks, and it was pretty rough. But for us, I mean, I was off work, and I used a couple weeks of vacation time at first, and I just found stuff to keep busy. I did some recording. I had an old bicycle in the shed, so I got it out and fixed it up and started riding my bike, and just finding projects around the house to stay busy. And I kept calling into work like every day, and asking, "Can I come back to work?" And finally one day I did get the call, and they called us back. So
that's good.
We've been back for a little while now.
Well, the music scene is coming back into Nashville. Nashville still doesn't have a lot of people downtown. Change that. Let's get out there and support the artists and the clubs and the venues that
Amen.
Are supporting the artists out there. And Brian and I was in Nashville a couple of weeks ago, and it was nice to see some of the venues open, but they're at half full.
Right.
Can't stand at the bar, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff is all changing here real quick. So get out there and support artists like John and Craig and all these guys that are out there working hard. We need to get back full strength and stronger.
Yeah.
Let's hit this thing even harder and stronger than before. So we're the music capital of the world, so let's get out there and support these people and buy their merch. You can go on johnjkennedymusic.com and find out his merchandise and his stuff. Support the artists. All the artists that's on our station. You can go up and down the list and look at the artists that's on our station. Go and visit their website, find out where their stuff is at, and support them. We appreciate each and every one of the artists out here. And I know it's kind of a cliche, but without these guys, we wouldn't really be here.
We need to say thank you to all the listeners, too, because wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here either.
Hey, and all you that are listening, hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah.
We're so glad. So, yeah, thank you. We're turning 8 years old because of artists and listeners. So I think we found the right combination.
People glutton for punishment.
We found the right combination. If you have artists, then you
They
get
will
people
come.
to listen. So there we go. I think we found the magic. We got a radio station.
Yeah.
So thank you, Brian, for being so patient with you and I talking about this thing almost 8 years ago. So it's pretty cool to see where it's come. So, John, kick off another tune, or we're going to lose time here real quick. Okay. We got time probably for two more.
Okay. I'll do one here for you. I'm going to do a song. I was talking about how, when I was young, my father was in the Air Force, and he would be gone a lot when I was a kid. And, so when I was a baby, I didn't, sometimes he would come home and I didn't really know who he was. My mom used to tell me about it. And then, about a little while back, I met a songwriter. His name's John Eason. He should be on your show. He's a very talented singer-songwriter. He's a Air Force veteran. He did 6 tours of duty in Iraq.
Oh, wow.
And then he came back, and now he's pursuing his music dreams, and he's very talented.
Well, let's get a hold of him. Let's get in contact with him.
Yeah. So, John, if you're out there, I'll call you later or whatever. But this is a song I wrote with John, and we wanted to write a song for the, we got troops all over the world, and some of them are coming home. Not enough of them, but we want to get them all home eventually. But this is for the ones that are coming back. It's called Welcome Home. I was just a baby when Daddy went away to war. Came home wearing that old green uniform. I didn't know him, but Mama said, son, your daddy loves you more than anyone. So welcome home. Been waiting for this day. You've been gone so long, so hard with you away. Welcome home. Now we're a family once more. Time for peace. Try to forget about the war. Years have flown by. Now I'm old and gray. Counted every second since my boy's been away. Now I'm standing at the airport in this familiar crowd. Can't wait to tell him I'm so damn proud. So welcome home. Been waiting for this day. You've been gone so long, so hard with you away. Welcome home. Now we're a family once more. Time for peace. Try to forget about the war. They know the score. They sacrificed. They bear the scars. They paid the price. So welcome home. Been waiting for this day. You've been gone so long, so hard with you away. Welcome home. Now we're a family once more. Time for peace. Try to forget about the war. Thank you.
You're listening to WFMCJams.com Internet Radio. We're here with John J. Kennedy, the infamous John J. Kennedy. Like you say, you got high schools named after you.
Yeah.
Just one typo. That's all. It happens, you know.
They'll fix it one of these days.
One of these days, go out there with a chisel, little wood filler, you get that fixed in there. With everything kind of coming back to normal, you got venues already booking you? You got places to go? Where should we go see you at?
Yeah, I'm going to be next week. I'm going to be at the Commodore Grill in Nashville.
Yes.
On the 30th. And
what day is that?
Tuesday or Wednesday?
Tuesday or Wednesday, all right, during the week?
I think it's Tuesday.
Okay.
I'm going to be there on Tuesday, and then I'm going to be there on July 2nd, which I think is Thursday.
Okay.
So 2
Great
days.
venue.
Yeah.
Great venue. So that's cool. Debbie and Jimmy up there do a great job at the Commodore Grill.
Right.
And that's all coming back again. So I'm excited. Ryan, have you been up there? You were up there a week ago, weren't you? Brian,
last Monday.
Oh, last Monday. Oh, yeah, Debbie's first night back, right?
No, she wasn't there.
I think Debbie was on vacation. She was in.
Never mind. Yeah.
She was down in Florida.
Oh, she's still down in Florida. Okay.
I think she's going to be back next week.
Next week, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just off of my calendar. I thought Debbie was back already. So when you guys see her, tell her we said, hey, I want to get up there and see her here real soon.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Great venue to go watch artists like yourself. So let's kick off probably one more song here then, John.
Okay. Let me check my tune again. It's got the capo off.
Now, what year's your guitar?
I got it in about 2010.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not super old, but
now, is that your go-to guitar now? That's what you play out there all the time?
you know, I always loved the Gibson J200.
Right.
And I used to see it in the pictures, and I'd see people playing it, and I always thought, man, someday I'm going to have that guitar. So, you know, this was always the guitar I wanted, but I could never afford like a guitar like that. Mm-hmm. Most of the guitars that I had were like $300, $500 guitars, which, you know, got the job done. But
right.
And then in 2008, I was fortunate enough to get a job working for Gibson Guitars. So after I'd been there a year, one of the benefits is you get a discount on guitars. So I ordered it, and it's one of my best friends. I won't say my best friend because.
Now, what plant did they make that one out of? You remember?
It's made in Montana.
Montana, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the Memphis one makes the semi-hollow bodies, right?
Well, they closed the Memphis plant.
Oh, did they really?
So they did make them in Memphis, but now we're making them in Nashville.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're making the ES 335s and 339s and all those. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, great guitars.
Yeah, and they're still making the Les Pauls and SGs there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Man, they just had to... Did they have to enlarge to do that? They would have to if they're shutting down the Memphis line.
Well, they moved some stuff around.
Okay.
I work in the electronics department where we make the pickups and all that, and they moved us into a building down the street.
Oh, okay.
So they'd have time, or so they'd have room for the Memphis.
Okay.
You know, all that.
All right. Well, let's hear this bad boy play us soon.
All right, I'm going to take you out with one last one. This is one I've been playing this for a while, but you know, I really think that we're all blessed to live in the United States, and I really think that the key to happiness is gratitude. And you know, if you concentrate on the things that are wrong, then that's going to affect your outlook. And I think we need to.
I totally agree.
Yeah, we need to be thankful for what we have. So, this song is called "Made in the USA." What's going on? He said, man, I'm just trying to make. He said, I got good news you may not realize. Don't you know we already made it? We got it made in the USA. We got it made in the USA. Well, if you got a job and a place to live, a little to save and a little to give, you're free to speak your mind, live, love, and pray. Then you got it made in the USA. Elvis, hamburgers and fries, hunting and fishing, big Montana skies, freeways and fast cars, honky-tonks and bars, factories and farms across the nation. We got it made in the USA. We got it made in the USA. Well, if you got a job and a place to live, a little to save and a little to give, you're free to speak your mind, live, love, and pray, then you got it made in the USA. White and black and brown and red and yellow, blue and green, men and women, gay and straight, and everything in between. We got it made in the USA. We got it made in the USA. Well, if you got a job and a place to live, a little to save and a little to give, you're free to speak your mind, live, love, and pray, then you got it made in the USA. We all got it made in the USA. Right, thank you.
Before we close off, let's talk a little bit about your writing. How often do you concentrate or spend writing? Do you do it daily, weekly, monthly? How do you approach it?
You know, it really varies. For me, songs usually come to me when they're most unexpected.
Okay.
They'll come to me a lot of times when I'm at work. You know, I run a machine all day, and the rhythm of the machine gets in your head, and sometimes you know, I might have, you know, a bunch of ideas come to me all at one time. So, you know, it's just unpredictable when the songs are going to hit you. I think that they're like kind of there in the air, and you know, you got to catch them when they're going by. I'm not one of those some writers that, you know, go into a room and write every day. You know,
right. 3
writing sessions a day, and I've never been one of those kind of writers. I got to wait till the inspiration hits me, and you know, the ideas come from somewhere else.
Oh yeah. Now, do you do solo or you co-write too?
I do a little bit of both.
A little of both.
But mostly I write solo.
Okay.
I've got a few people that I co-write with occasionally.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's cool. Well, we appreciate you taking time out to finally hit our music store and radio station to talk shop.
Well, thank you for having me.
We've seen you on the outskirts, but finally get you in the house.
Yeah, I'm so glad to be here.
Next week's guest, Rebecca Lee. I'm sorry.
Let's do that. Who's next week's guest, Jason?
Let me do this right. Daniels, Rebecca Lee Adams. Damn it.
If you just punch me one more time, I'm turning the camera around and I'm knocking you out live on the air.
Rebecca Lee Daniels.
You're about as bad as me with Lee Gibson and Lee Greenwood.
I hope I don't screw up what
you do. You are, and I'm going to make sure you do. So we got one artist next week. Rebecca.
One artist, yes. Rebecca. Yes.
Lee Daniels.
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to tell you.
Oh, man. Here we go. You got excited there.
I did.
Kind of scared me.
I did. It won't happen by this weekend.
Okay.
But hopefully before the next vinyl show.
Oh, God, no.
I'm going to have in my possession.
No.
Me on vinyl.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool.
It won't.
For those that don't know the vinyl show, we do a vinyl show once a month. And he pulls out the weirdest crap you've ever heard in your entire life. He takes everything he has on vinyl and he puts it on cassette, puts it on his car, or CD now, puts it on in his car. We'll go to Nashville. Strawberry Shortcake singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. This is what I get every time I get in his car. So when he goes, I got something coming. No. But this is good. This is a good one.
I thought it was going to be a 45.
Yeah.
But I was corrected today. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be on a 78.
Nice.
A 78?
Yep. He's going to cut me a 78.
Wow.
So.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So we'll play what songs?
She sure looked good last night.
Okay.
And let's get something started.
Oh, okay. The duet. Okay. That'd be cool. So not this vinyl show, but the next vinyl show, we get to play one of yours.
Hopefully, yeah.
That's cool. So we have to think of a theme for that one. I don't want to say it on the air right
Well,
now.
the following one will be Muscle Shoals, so that'll be all skate, all
Yeah,
geography.
we'll be
so.
at Muscle Shoals the following month. And say hey, Lisa T down there in Alabama. We're coming soon. We got the May Festival in July because of the COVID thing, but the fight against cancer. So if you're anywhere near Tuscumbia, I believe give me the dates. Is it July 11th? Is that Brian's getting the schedule for me?
Yeah.
July 11th and 12th, I think. Something like that. There you go. July 11th, yep. At Springs Park, Tuscumbia, Alabama. Starts at 9 o'clock, goes until 9 o'clock. What does it say? Where does it say at there? Is it, does it give the venue?
Spring Park.
Spring Park. Okay, so just at Spring Park. Okay, so July 11th, 9 a.m. Sponsored by a lot of people. There's going to be people that played football for the Crimson Tide and in the NFL will be there signing autographs and stuff. It's going to be cool. A lot of bands. It's going to be fun. We'll be there all day. And then the very following day, the 12th, we're going to be doing a vinyl show with Lisa and David Havens.
It'll be a lot of fun.
It should be fun. There'll be an all skate. It'll be a little bit of everything. So we'll have a good time. So turn us on. Listen to us live both days. You'll have fun. So with that, I think it's time to call the night. We want to say hey to Lisa T down there in Alabama. We're coming down there soon. Lisa, excited. It's been too long. We want to thank the Sheridan for helping us out. We want to say hey to Chris at heatfmradio.com out there in New York. Chris, I appreciate you. Tomorrow at 7 a.m. Nashville time, you can hear Ace's Grinder House show on. Check that out. It runs for about almost 2 hours. Then immediately following that, about 9 o'clock Nashville time, you'll have one of our vinyl shows. I haven't picked which one yet to go on, but one of our vinyl shows will be on tomorrow. So check it out. Thanks, heatfmradio.com, for putting us on your station. For John J. Kennedy, Craig, who's here in the house,
Yeah, Craig Hendricks.
Steve, who's here in the house, followed by wives and significant others. We got the Velvet One, Rebecca, the IT guru down there in Pulaski Central, the Hillbilly Heartthrob, and myself, Mark the DJ. Doctor, we want to say take care, and don't forget to wear your COVID mask, courtesy of John J. Kennedy. There it is, folks. With that, wash your hands, and we'll see you next week. Y'all take care. I love it.